ladies and gentlemen, to the Alacate Show. Today with me, I have one of my more distinguished guests, the founder and executive officer of the organization Top Soccer. I know him a long time now, my very good friend, Mr. Jason Francis. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. Pleasure to be here.
Let's start. Tell me about Top Soccer. What exactly is Top Soccer?
So, Top Soccer is a non-profit organization based in the northeast section of the Bronx that uses soccer as a platform to empower youths. We aim to be piece of the puzzle that really positively affects the lives of youth, and the premise of this organization is really about making a difference in the lives of youth and community.
Okay, that's very nice, because on the Alacate Show we always focus on like people who are doing positive and impacting the community, and it seems as though that's what your organization is all about. Would you agree with me?
Most definitely, and it's really about trying to promote a culture of care, because when we have youth in distress, when we have community not knowing where to find proper resources, what can we do? So definitely this organization, it's not just about the actual sport of soccer, but it's really about social change, and soccer is the vehicle in which we're going to use to bring about that change.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. What is your reasoning? What was your motivation, you personally, to form the organization Top Soccer?
This idea stemmed from way as long as I could remember. I always said to myself as a young man growing up, I want to make a difference, but I want to use sport to really help individuals. The idea that I had from the inception, it was without form and void, but I just knew to myself that I wanted to use sport to make a difference. And it wasn't until about 2 years ago that I really buckled down and said to myself, let me try and get things together to make this vision a reality. And with the help and push from some people, they encouraged me to just go after what I wanted to do. And it's not for self-gratification, it's not about making a name for myself, but it really is about helping other people. So I've always had that vision, and I just wanted to make it happen.
Okay, that sounds that's actually a very good, vision to hear, because a lot of people when they form organizations, the first thing it's usually they focus on like money. But from what I understand, your organization currently doesn't charge kids any monetary, they don't charge them any expense or anything like that. Talk to me a little bit about that.
Okay, great. So we launched a free soccer clinic 2 months ago, which is called the Top Clinic program, and that is teaching the fundamentals of soccer, but more so promoting character development. So it was a free program in the Bronx for boys and girls aged 5 through 12 on Saturday mornings, and they just came. Coaches were there. They learned the fundamentals. That's controlling the ball, passing, kicking, shooting, doing a few drills, and having a scrimmage game. And the sessions lasted for about 45 to 50 minutes. And it was really something to engage not only the parents, not only the children, but the community by and large. And the response was really tremendous. And I say hats off to everyone that participated, from volunteers, from parents bringing out their children early on in the morning. It was really something great to behold, and we just want to continue to build from that first step that we initially took.
So let me ask you a question. The response you've been getting, has it been overwhelming? Have you had any stumbling blocks, anything like that?
Stumbling blocks from the administrative perspective. there's always looming questions: where am I going to get a space? And when you have a sports-based youth development program, you always think about who's going to fund me? Where am I'm going to get space? Where am I going to get more parents to sign up their kids? And who is really trying to prevent a social change? So these are some of the issues that come up here and there. I've been religiously and relentlessly contacting councilmen in my district, which is the northeast section of the Bronx, really reaching out to individuals who would have ideas to connect me to having indoor facilities. And so just the nature of trying to go about those aspects on the operational logistical side of things, it's been a bit challenging, but Top Soccer, we're definitely up for that challenge. What I can tell you is the most rewarding thing is seeing those kids come there, or they're so excited to just be there on the field, so excited to come, and the good time that they have there for that 45 minutes, they can't wait until the next week. So that gives us even more incentive to continue to do the job that we're doing.
Okay, so Jason, let me get down to some nitty-gritty here, okay? We always hear people talk about grassroots this, grassroots that. So let me ask you, how do you feel grassroots soccer is going to impact these kids? Because I don't know if all of them are going to grow up to be soccer players, because as you see what happens in this country, a lot of people, they start playing soccer at a young age, it's very popular, and then they go off to one of the big four sports, baseball, basketball, they go off to one of those sports. How do you think that your effort with the grassroots of soccer is going to impact the community and by large, maybe the New York demographic area?
So great. Soccer, as we all know, it is the #1 youth sport in the United States. And with that said, this organization, Top Soccer, we are not necessarily trying to create the next Messi or Cristiano Ronaldo or Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
But that would be nice if we created a Zlatan, you know.
But obviously, but again, that is not our destination for the kids. What we are trying to do is target them from that age where they're like sponges. They absorb, they learn, they think, they move. And so at that grassroots level, if we could target them and try to help shape and mold them into better thinking kids, hopefully our hope is that they can take our philosophy of training, optimism, and persistence and become well-rounded adults. Soccer is just a medium whereby they learn about the game, they have some type of affinity with the game, and if they love it, then great. And if they begin to excel to a point where their needs are not being met at Top Soccer, we will definitely recommend them to other clubs that is more soccer focused and soccer oriented for kids who have aspirations of maybe going on to play at a collegiate level or going on to become pros. We definitely have those connections, and we would make it available to the children and their parents. However, again, with Top Soccer, we're just using this sport as a medium from that grassroots level to help them become better as they grow and think more successful and want to achieve sometimes the things that they think are unattainable to them, and especially in the society and district in which we live.
Well, I came up there about, was it last week Saturday, and I was really impressed by what I saw, because I saw all these kids just like, they were just running down the ball and stuff and things like that. And that kind of reminded me when I was a kid, But of course I was like beating somebody with the ball. But what it is, I kind of notice is that the kids, were forming friendships, and not only the kids, but the parents were forming friendships. Talk to me a little bit about that. How was, is that all part of your goal too, that the parents actually developing like familiarity with one another? How was that? Talk to me about that a little bit.
So it's great to see the interaction, social interaction with kids. First off, friendships are being developed, and that is what we love to see. And kids feeding off each other. There's statistics and empirical data that shows your mind needs to be exercised to have optimal performance, whether it be in a school setting, educational setting, or social setting. And these children, when they interact with each other and they create bonds and they establish friendships, who knows, in school they can probably be able to work together. They have some homework difficulty, or one child is good with math and the other child is good with English. They can come together because of that bond or that friendship they created at Top Soccer, and really be able to build upon what was established there. In addition to that, there are some children they can't wait to come back the other week, and then when the time is almost up, the kids, they always say, can we play longer, we want to stay longer. So the excitement is there, the enthusiasm is there, and the parents now on their end, they're showing that care, they're showing that responsibility, they're showing that that the meaning of a parent is more than actually paying the bills, making lunch, but really interacting with their children. And it pleases me to see all the parents, when they bring their children, they stay there on the sidelines. They are excited onlookers, and there are even some who come up to me and say, hey, how can I help? What can we do to help Top Soccer? So I think it's really creating environment conducive for connections, for networking, and that is very good for the organization. That's something I really didn't expect, but it's happening.
Okay, so Jason, let me ask you about the awareness, the community awareness of Top Soccer. How do you think Top Soccer is being viewed in the community, and what responses, apart from your regular parents and the young players in the community, how do you think the responses have been? Are you being acknowledged as a legitimate organization?
So, first and foremost, I think we are viewed upon as really a beacon of hope, and again, it's our responsibility and obligation to build upon that. As far as legal recognition, we are in the process of establishing our 501c3 and other paperworks, and being able to get that in as fast as possible would definitely help the organization have that more so legal status that we need to be sustainable.
Okay, so maybe jumping the gun a little bit here, do you think of, you'll probably make partner with the United States Soccer Federation at some point, or is that an immediate goal, or is that a long-term goal?
So we are in talks with the U.S. Youth Soccer. They have multiple programs running, and we are interested in one of their programs they have running. So liaising with an individual there, and just waiting on some responses. So definitely, yes.
Okay. I believe you were telling me that this program that we have currently going on with Top Soccer, when is this program going to end, and is there anything in the future for Top Soccer, like maybe a winter program? How far is the planning coming along for the future Top Soccer?
So this free program that we have running now, it's going to end on November 23rd, which is this coming Saturday. Moving forward, we are in the works of creating a new winter indoor program, which would begin in January and run through March, the end of March. So we are in the process of getting that established, and it's looking bright thus far.
Okay, that's good. That's good. So let me just ask you one last grassroots question here. Personally,
Hmm.
what has been your greatest joy in seeing yourself in the community, as you say, as a beacon of hope? Because on the Alacate Show here, we want people like you here. You know, I don't want somebody who signs a deal with Def Jam. You know, that's of no interest to me. I want somebody that's actually out there as a foot soldier doing stuff. What gratification do you get when you see these kids playing and you see the parents there? What gratification do you get inside?
For me, it's just showing the true value of what it means to be a human being, showing that love, showing that you care. And I think that human beings, at times, we more so forget how to be human beings, and we take heed to other things. But again, that's a different topic all by itself. But it's just being able to be the change you want, and that is my way of really showing that I care, and I love, and I want to do something. Because when we look at it in the community in which I live in, the youths are labeled as at risk. It's an underserved community. So who is showing care to them? Who is showing love to them? And when we look at poverty, when we look at unemployment, when we look at high school dropout rates, and we take all these factors in together, and if no one does anything, it can be cyclical. So I'm not saying that I am here or Top Soccer is here to completely abolish these factors or these socioeconomic factors, but we can be piece of the puzzle that helps bring those numbers down.
Well, let me ask you this question. You're in the Bronx, in the Northwest Bronx.
Northeast.
Sorry, Northeast, my bad. In the Northeast Bronx.
Correct.
Gun Hill is not too far. Like you say, they're at risk. What message you would have for any parents out there? Not just about Top Soccer, but seeing that you involved in the community. What message you would have, just something quick, like on behalf of Top Soccer, would you have for any parents?
Believe in your child, support your child, and show your children that you care, so they in turn could grow up caring.
Okay, so Jason, thank you so much for that information. Let me ask you a question. How can parents get in contact with you and Top Soccer regarding like enrolling their kids, or if they just want general information?
Great. We have our website. It's www.topsoccerinc.org. You could also check out our Facebook and Twitter pages, and or email me at jason@topsoccerinc.org, and that's how you get in contact with me and the organization.
Okay. That's just great, man. Because I really hope that the viewers who are out there watching would try to get involved. Because remember, this isn't just Jason Francis's organization, it's Top Soccer, and you said that parents are helping out, you getting volunteers, all these people coming through. So I'm really hoping that some of them would see this and they would really come out and support you. But did you have anything planned for like indoors or anything like that?
So we have a winter program that we're working on currently, and we are going to begin that in January, and it's going to run through March. So with that said, we are robustly looking for volunteer coaches to come assist with this program. So if you have a love for soccer, if you're passionate about working with children and promoting a culture of care, then definitely contact me, and we can get something going.
Okay, that's good. I want to go a little bit off topic here. Now, those of you who don't know, me and Jason, we used to play soccer together. What position you used to play again?
Primarily midfield.
Midfield, right. And, I was the star boy, the striker. So, let me ask you a question, just randomly. What's your favorite national team?
I would say Brazil.
Brazil?
Biased, but Brazil.
I mean, I used to be a Brazilian fan, but now I back Cote d'Ivoire.
Okay.
You know, who you actually gonna pick to win the World Cup?
It's really tough. It traditionally it is a toss up between Spain, Brazil, Germany, but there are other dark horses there who may make way, and we may just see a new champion.
Okay, well, Jason, I want to thank you for coming on the Alacate Show. It's always a pleasure to have people doing positive stuff and like you're doing hands-on in the community. I want to ask you if you want to give any closing remarks at this point in time.
Just continue to be positive and work towards what you would like to achieve in life, and this is for everyone.
Okay, Jason, like I said, it was a pleasure having you. I want to thank you. Feel free to drop by the Alacate Show anytime. Okay?
Much obliged. Thanks.